Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name is Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Police have arrested a 38-year-old man in connection with an arson at the residence of Pennsylvania's governor. The suspect is a resident of Harrisburg, PA, was arrested Sunday. Reed Binion has more.
This type of violence is not okay.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro speaking just hours after what officials are calling a targeted arson at the governor's residence. The attack happened early Sunday morning as Shapiro and his family slept inside.
Reporting a large fire in the dining room on the first floor. They can see fire out the windows.
Fire crews responded to the blaze around 2 a.m. and extinguished the flames. The governor said he, his wife, their 4 children and 2 dogs, and another family were safely evacuated. However, the building is significantly damaged. Images of the aftermath show destroyed furniture, ash-covered floors, and some remnants of the Passover dinner the governor hosted Saturday night. Investigators say the attacker had a plan, coming over a fence around the governor's residence and forcibly entering the home before setting the fire. Police said he had homemade incendiary devices and was inside less than a minute, evading troopers who were searching for him. The suspect was arrested later Sunday.
I'm pleased to announce that we do have an individual in custody. His name is Cody Balmer.
Governor Shapiro defiant in the wake of the attack.
If this individual was trying to deter me from doing my job as your governor, rest assured I will find a way to work even harder.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
When the next severe weather event happens, don't get caught in the dark. Power your kitchen, HVAC, and communication systems with a Jackery solar-capable generator. Just click on our YouTube affiliate shopping tab and you're on your way.
Closer to home, a juvenile starting a small fire sent Beatrice firefighters to the 10 Pins Fun Center on Saturday. A fire captain says the fire outside the rear of the bowling alley and entertainment center caused smoke to drift inside the business. There was no physical damage, though. Firefighters sent just before 4 p.m. Saturday. The report was of smoke coming from the roof of the business. After fire and police cleared the scene, the business was able to resume operation. An apartment fire in Norfolk determined to be accidental in nature. Some 35 firefighters and 10 different rigs were called to the 500 block of Vergis Avenue. Heavy smoke and flames could be seen coming out the back of the building. Crews were able to get the flames under control after about 15 minutes, spent another 2 hours overhauling the scene. No one was injured. Authorities say they did rescue a cat from the apartment, treated the animal, and released it to the owner. On Friday, Governor Jim Pillen said that while there have been no cases of measles in Nebraska, his office is keeping a close watch on the outbreak and has a plan for what to do if and when the virus spreads here. This comes ahead of spring break, and health officials say they're worried about measles cases spreading. So far, more than 700 cases have been reported in the U.S. It's the highest number in 6 years, according to the CDC. Jen Sullivan has more.
With people traveling for spring break, many officials are concerned the number of measles cases could spike.
This is a very, very infectious disease.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green is also a physician and is worried about the growing cases of measles across the country. This week, the Aloha State confirming its first reported case of measles in years, an unvaccinated child under 5 who recently returned to Oahu after traveling internationally.
If people went through the airport at the same time as the child, there could be infection.
As of Thursday, 712 measles cases have been confirmed in 24 states, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. That's more than double the total amount of measles cases reported last year. Multiple cases have been reported in Oklahoma, Kansas, and New Mexico, but the majority are in West Texas, where the number has surpassed 500 in the state, and there have been at least 2 deaths.
We definitely have a significant number of cases of measles out here in West Texas.
Measles is a highly contagious respiratory disease. If one person has it, up to 9 out of 10 people nearby will become infected if they are not protected, according to the CDC. That's why health officials are urging people to get the MMR vaccine.
The MMR vaccine that protects us against measles is the way to stop from getting measles.
Health officials say one dose is 93% effective, and the second dose is 97% effective at preventing measles. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The city of Kearney continues to grow and develop, and now they're taking aim at an even bigger target. As Dave Greek shows us, there are currently 4 sites in Nebraska with a specific designation, and Kearney believes it's primed to be number 5.
As the sun begins its final descent on another day in central Nebraska, cars race by on the interstate, heading somewhere. Once upon a time, there wasn't much to see passing exit 272.
It's a ton different.
It wasn't that long ago, it was just a Holiday Inn.
A new era is taking shape on the south side of Kearney. Exploratory tracks making their mark, thanks in large part to the development done by Paul Eunice and his family. Prairie grass turning into a massive sportsplex, where courts could become center stage of what the city hopes is the next chapter for this area. During the ribbon cutting, Klaus made mention of a potential future.
Kearney's been running for a Good Life District.
A Good Life District repurposes tax dollars collected by the state and reinvests the money into the community where they're building up.
Myself and our staff have been talking to the legislature and the executive branch and everyone who will listen that Kearney is a place that wants to grow and serve people from all over this region.
There's one position left. They're trying to determine where we're at with funding. Certainly Kearney is in the running, but there are a couple other communities or another community that's looking at it.
With hotels, apartment complexes, restaurants and venues already under construction in South Kearney.
This fits hand in glove with a Good Life District, so we can just keep expanding further to the west and have some great things happening and developing in Kearney and central Nebraska.
All the activity is bringing new juice to the area. Soon enough, there may be more reason people are pulling off for a stay in the heart of the Cornhusker State with the newest attractions.
Put Nebraska even more on the map if we can do that here, right off the interstate. It's going to draw people from all over. It's going to serve folks as well as benefiting our own community.
Affordable housing among the most pressing issues nationally and locally, each community facing their own needs. Peter Rice has more on how a central Nebraska company is tackling one of the key parts of the issue.
It's no secret that affordable housing is a big issue for people both nationally and statewide. Developers are faced with many different choices when trying to create more housing options. It's often a push-pull effect on pricing when it comes to the amount of space and the location a living unit is at. A central Nebraska business is turning back the clocks and taking an older approach to addressing one piece of the problem locally.
Every town in Nebraska, we have these great downtown buildings that are maybe 2 stories tall. They have a commercial space on the ground floor. And upstairs, historically, a lot of them were used for housing. And it's like the best possible example of affordable workforce housing.
Patrick Moore is the principal architect at Good Life Architecture in Kearney, and their company is renovating 9 micro apartments on the 2nd floor of a historic building in downtown Kearney. They range from about 300 to 600 square feet, making them micro-sized, and sit on top of Good Life Architecture's main office. They added, these apartments aren't for everyone, but they address the need for workforce housing, which is one of the key parts of the entire affordable housing crisis.
And just making them better, making them affordably better for people to live in the 21st century.
The architects added that living downtown is less popular than it used to be, and most new developments are being created from scratch or being built out in the suburbs. And one problem with this is that old properties are often left abandoned when they still have housing value.
Living downtown is a popular trend that I think is going to continue, especially in Kearney, Hastings, and all these areas that I think have forgotten what downtown could be. So we're here to see what it can be.
Work continues hauling away what's left of the former Lincoln Elementary School in Beatrice. A demolition crew worked over the weekend at the former school, which has been reduced to rubble. The site eventually will become a new housing development called Heritage Heights. Once the site's cleared, the demolition company hired by the city will move on to the former Paddock Lane Elementary School site, where buildings are also scheduled to be demolished, also for new homes. And when you've been in business for 6 decades, you might as well celebrate in style, and that's exactly what a Nebraska law firm did Friday. Brandon Axeman has more from Papillion.
3, 2, 1. Hey! A prominent law firm that champions veterans celebrated 60 years in the Cornhusker State by opening a new location. Berry Law held a ribbon cutting for its newest office at 312 Olson Drive in Papillion on Friday. The building marks the third physical location in the state for Berry Law, along with its downtown Omaha and East Lincoln buildings. Chief Executive Officer John Berry said the move signifies the firm's continued dedication to Nebraska and its residents.
I've noticed in Nebraska, there's a positive attitude that permeates, even in the worst of times. And the people in Nebraska are resilient and they're supportive. And it's kind of like the Husker fans. They're good sports, right? They treat people well and they give everyone dignity.
According to Berry Law's website, the firm has recovered more than $300 million of back pay for more than 14,000 veterans across the country over the past 6 decades. John Stevens Berry Sr., who founded Berry Law, said the firm has reached heights he never thought possible. He added that Nebraska is the perfect home for the practice he started.
You know, anybody who's never canoed down the Niobrara or hiked some of the steep sand hills doesn't really understand that we have a great variety of geography and we have a great variety of people. So, yeah, I think Nebraska really is a wonderful place to have a law firm.
In addition to veteran disability, Berry Law brands itself as a firm that specializes in criminal defense and personal injury. I'm Brandon Axamit in Papillion reporting, News Channel Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com and click on the news tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.